This recipe came about after a late night scroll on the toilet. Pretty much how most great culinary ideas do. I saw the Ninja Q, also known as Jordan, making Sloppy Joe corn dogs on his TikTok account. And I thought, mate, they look really good, but they definitely need an Aussie touch-up. So today we're making Mini Cheeseburger Corn Dogs. Now I know most people are going to say, well, Australia didn't invent cheeseburgers or corn dogs. But I'm an Aussie, so there's your Aussie touch-up, if that's what you want. And for those that don't know in Australia, corn dogs are like dagwood dogs that grew up, got a job, and started using condiments properly. Now, whether you're trying to impress your mates, win back your ex, or just eat something so wrong it's right, these are the answer. Shove your meat inside. So, let's get messy. First up, grab a large pan and heat up a splash of olive oil. Then throw in a finely diced brown onion. Not someone else's onion, and not one that you found in the fridge that was already cut up. Your onion. Own those tears. We're just going to cook this down until they soften, and that'll take anywhere up to 5 minutes. And then we can add in 500 grams of beef mince. Now shout out to Mick out at Gippsland Cream Meat, because he supplied the goods. He's a top bloke, firm handshake, and I think he drives a tractor. Now all you want to do is break the mince apart as it browns up, and you want to season it with 2 tablespoons of your favourite barbecue rub. Something bold, something smoky, something that says, I've read at least one meat blog this year. Now once it's all browned, we're going to drop the temp to low and bring in the saucy brigade. Add half a cup of ketchup, and no, tomato sauce is not the same. And a 1/4 cup of yellow American style mustard. Just give it a shake so you don't get mustard pea in it. And 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. You know, the one that no one can pronounce properly. And half a cup of brown sugar, because we want this a bit sweet, not too savage. You want to stir this up for a few minutes until it's thick enough to wallpaper a man cave with. And then just remove it from the heat. Mixing ketchup and mustard is how most kitchen experiments start, and how most food fights finish. Today I'm using my Z Grill's pellet smoker. It's reliable, easy to use and low maintenance, and it won't ghost you like a Komodo after a windy day. Now before firing it up, make sure your hopper is full of pellets. I'm topping mine up with these heat beads pellets. Because if I'm gonna over-engineer a snack, I want the fuel source that could power a small jet. Now just set your smoker to 200 degrees Celsius, just like the box says for a conventional oven. Now you could call these corn dogs, or as we call them here, dagwood dogs, not to be confused with a bloke called Dagwood. He owes me money. Line those mini corn dogs onto a wire rack and straight into the smoker. And close the lid and leave them alone for 20 minutes. Unless you're the type of person who checks their toast mid-toast, the total cook time for this recipe is around 45 minutes. Or for those of you who love to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 2-beer cook. So crack one, kick back and marvel at the fact we live in a world where cheeseburger corn dogs are a real thing. 45 minutes? Just long enough for you to forget why you started this, and not long enough to build a shed. Our dogs are done, they're crispy golden and ready for surgery. Now we're not done yet, here's the pro move. We're going to remove the stick. We're not eating fairy floss at the show, this is serious comfort food. Slice them down the middle, but don't go all the way through. This is a corn dog, not a divorce. And then we just want to gently open them up and shove your meat inside, and top each one with some shredded high melt cheese. Cheddar, tasty, whatever melts like a dream. Then back into the smoker they go for about 5 minutes. You just want to melt that cheese so it's gooey enough to stick to your finger and your sole. Once the cheese is melted, you want to pull them out of the smoker. Top each one with a few pickle slices because balance is important. And pickles are just cucumbers that live through some things. And there you have it. Mini Cheeseburger Corn Dogs. Crispy, smoky, cheesy, and confusingly beautiful. Pickles are proof that we can improve a cucumber by drowning it in anxiety and vinegar. Drop a comment below on what you'd love to stuff in your corn dog. Cheers. Well, there you have it. One man's idea turned into another man's mini cheeseburger corn dogs. Now, it is a bit smoky, ridiculously cheesy, and still so moist. Smut! If you love this, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And share this with someone who you think would think cheeseburger corn dogs are a food group.